Hey there, today we're going to be designing the website that we've been working on in the previous 3 videos, so let's jump right on in. Here we have the work that we've done previously, our wireframes, our inspiration, our rough site map. So I'm taking the wireframe that is on the left-hand side and I'm pretty much just bringing that to full size, full scale. So going ahead, making room for the banner area, the different services, the call out for the video, the meet the llamas, trying different sizes. Do I want 3 in a row or do I want 4 in a row? And I'm just going to go ahead and build out that wireframe on a full size scale. For the about section, I explored maybe I want an image going full width instead of split how I have it in the wireframe. So again, the wireframe is just supposed to be a guide. You can deviate from it. I'm going to go in and add placeholder copy using the fonts that I selected, size them to what I think I want, and then can go ahead and put lorem ipsum, or if you are adding in the copy, you can go ahead and do that. For the most part, I typically just use lorem ipsum starting off and then fill in the copy later. I'm going to go ahead and build out my top navigation bar. So that includes the logo, the book your encounter button, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring in the menu items. So Royal Llamas, Llama Services, News and Blogs, About Us, and Gift Shop, and just space those accordingly. As we discussed, I believe in the brainstorming section, I do plan on doing a sticky nav. So the thought process there is the book your encounter will always be visible whenever a user scrolls as they currently have it. It's just on the side currently. Here's where I go ahead and start deviating from that wireframe a little bit. I want to explore doing a solid color in the banner area for the text to sit on, and then an image that doesn't have an overlay or any copy, so it's undisturbed, and you really have flexibility with what image you showcase here. I didn't want the services to be as large as they were the images, so I went ahead and scaled those down and then added the rounded corners to the image services and the Royal Llamas placeholder just to match the call to actions. For the llama services and the Royal Llamas, I decided to have a subhead above the headline just to state kind of what this section is, and then we can get a little bit more playful for the headline. And I just used all caps and spaced out a little bit there. I am honestly struggling with these colors. I really like the idea of the palette and going colorful and fun for this site, but I was just trying to explore different variations, different opacities to get it in a place where I thought it looked okay. And then I decided, you know what? The frame around the photo is going to be a very important piece of this. So let me go ahead, add this in here now, so that we can get a holistic picture of what the frame and the colors look like actually paired together. I will note that I'm keeping a relatively simplistic layout for this website. I'm not doing anything too crazy in terms of staggering elements or bringing in a bunch of design elements itself. So that's another thing that I'm kind of contending with. I probably could have made those colors work if I went a little bit more um, playful with the layout. Although I liked the frame that I had originally picked by itself, it was not working with the layout. It was too clunky. And when I originally thought of this, I thought it would be kind of cool to have an oval frame for the photo. So I found this one. It's a little bit more dainty. It's not as clunky, and I think that it'll work really well. So I'm going to go ahead and place that in the composition and just kind of work that out and see how it looks. Ideally, we'd have images that are a little bit further out so that you can fully see the llama. The Earl Bahama llama, I think, is working the best right now. I also decided to go ahead and add in learn more call to actions for each llama so that we can do a pop-up instead of it going to a completely different page so that they can still learn more about the llamas. As you can see, I decided to revert the colors, give it a little bit more um, of that royal feel. I'm pulling in a maroon from one of the llama helmets, and then I'm trying to pick a gold color that complements the frame. And I think that this is going to work a lot better than all of those bright colors that I was trying to force. Now I want to go ahead and check the contrast between the colors that I chose. The original goldish color that I had did not have enough contrast with yellow, and I didn't want like black text on it, so I had to choose a darker golden color. And you can use there's plenty of tools out there to kind of check the contrast between your background color and your foreground color to find something that is accessible and has the contrast that's needed. So here I'm working on the services section. Remember, it's the walks and the lessons. And so I'm just going to have a walk headline. I'm going to have the dates that it is available and some supporting body copy. I'm going to go ahead and end up duplicating that, and we're going to bring it over to the llama lesson section. Now they do llama lessons year round, but it has to be booked. They do have specific seasons for that. So I'm only going to do like the specific seasons, and on the details page, we can have that they can be booked year round. Now we were also supposed to do a section for virtual virtual meets of the llamas. I am going to end up deciding not to do that. I just didn't think that it was working as much. And with the walks and the lessons being their primary services, I think that for the homepage, it's nice to kind of give a glimpse of the services, and then we can kind of dive deeper into it on the details page. So that's what we're going to do, and a little bit, again, a deviation from the wireframe. For the about section, I went ahead and just kind of reversed the composition up on the banner area so that when you look at the picture as a whole, it feels very balanced. You have a picture at the right hand side of the banner and then the left hand side towards the bottom of the page. I went to Font Awesome to find an arrow icon just to give our learn more links a little bit more jazz. Again, trying to find colors that work in terms of accessibility. Yeah, that video section was not working, so I was like, we're just doing the walks and the lessons, and what do we want these call to actions to be? Do we have a call to action for book your encounter walks, book your encounter lessons, and then kind of a general learn more? And I ultimately decided we're going to kind of do it in reverse, let them learn more about each of the lessons and the walks, and then a general book your encounter. And this, I think, will work since it's only available, services are only available during specific times of the year. Now I'm going to work on the footer. I'm just bringing back their logo, the Live Love Llama that they had in their shield logo, which I am leaving out. I think that ideally I'd love to do some color changes to that, but I'm just going to leave it out for now. And then the footer is going to be really simple. It's just their email and phone number, so we have that there. They're not including their address because they want to maintain a level of privacy. And then we have the copyright that we're also going to go ahead and add. And I'm going to figure out the spacing of this. I'm going to put the copyright in a lighter gray bar so that it kind of sits below everything, and the details that we want in the footer just have a little bit more attention to it. So I like where this is going. I'm going to spend some time on the pictures and the copy, and we'll take a look. Well, here's the final version. I added some swirly details. I fixed the copy. I added the duration for the services, and then instead of general learn more call to actions, I said meet and then the llama's name. You can see that the original approach that I wanted to take is not the approach that I ended up taking itself, and that's totally okay. You can also see the before and the after picture here. I think we really brightened this up, leaned into the royal feel, and made the copy a little bit more personable to each section. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.